Hi, this is Benny Paul here doing a review of the Living Water strings for the low D Living Water strings for the baritone ukulele. This uke, if you're curious, well, because I'm basically doing a video review of this uke too. It's a Kala KA-FMB. It's somewhat rare now. It's a little more expensive to get now than it once was, but I'd been looking for one for a while. Anyway, it's a spruce top maple bag and sides. As you can see, it's spalted maple. It's got this cool pattern on it. It never really gets boring to look at. Gloss. You can probably see it reflecting off of your computer screen right now. It's so glossy. Pretty cool looking. It's good stuff. It's a bit brighter. Some people have said it's brighter. Yeah, it's bright. Some people have said it's balanced. It is. It's got the same snap that I think all solid topped ukes seem to have. It doesn't strike me as particularly that much brighter. It's brighter than an all solid mahogany would be, but overall it still sounds like a baritone uke. I suppose it's a little bit more compressed to my ears than many are. The mahogany, I feel like, is both deeper on the low end and brighter on the high end, whereas this is a bit more compressed in the sense that I think the lows are higher and the highs are a bit lower. The notes, generally the overtones, I think, are a bit more close together. Anyway, as for the strings, the Living Water strings, they're made by the ukulele player and teacher, a bit famous in the uke world, Ken Middleton, in the UK. They're made from fluorocarbon, and I remember the first time I had a baritone uke, I loved it, but I also found myself thinking, wouldn't it be great if they made strings where the two low notes, the D and the G, were the same of the same material as the high ones, just because it'd be something about that would be more comforting. With some strings, there's the contrast between the feel of them is just very noticeable. Like the wound strings on some just feel so metallic, and the others just feel so nylon-y, for lack of a better way to say it. And sometimes, occasionally, I'd be like, wow, this feels strange. Wouldn't it be cool if they all felt the same? Anyway, these are my new favorite strings, I think. Or at the very least, they're neck and neck with D'Addario titaniums, which are my favorite before these. These are as good or better, for sure. These have been on for about 2 days. They're just starting to settle. And I was a bit nervous that the unwound D, which I guess you probably can't really see it too well, so no point in that. I was a bit nervous that the unwound D would be floppy and or not low enough. But neither of those things are the case. It's not floppy, and it does not sound too low. It's just as tense. It feels weird to call it tense. I feel like tense, but tense is more something used to describe a person. But the tension on it is exactly as much as you'd need. It's not in the least bit floppy. I feel that I have a bit better control over the D and the G string, but particularly the D, than I do on many of the wound string ukes. I feel myself more inclined to attempt to play melody lines on the D. You know, in general, that's not a melody line, but normally I'd not be inclined to do that, but on this I am. And when you strum it, it's just as satisfying. When you do it more slowly, so the notes can ring out. There's this sort of satisfying balance and consistency to the sound of the notes, I think, and to the feel too. And that continues to have that satisfaction, I think, when you strum it also. Another thing I should mention is it's a little bit easier to do the triple strum than it is usually on a baritone, on account of these strings. I'm not the best at the triple strum to begin with, but I've noticed I'm more inclined to do it on this. I should also mention that I'm bad at maintaining my nails sometimes. Sometimes I'll just, without thinking about it, I'll just mess them up and I have to cut them and they're not proper length. All on this I'm doing while my index finger is not, my index fingernail is not as long as it should be. And you're still getting a sound that's pretty satisfying. This is with, I guess, as much nail as possible. The sound you get. Trying to think of what else is the particularly good things about it. I guess I already mentioned that I'm more inclined to do scales on the D and G notes, or in general, that just feel more comfortable doing something beyond just strumming or playing a bass note. I guess I also noticed that it's easier to bend and do a, I don't know what you call it, gliss. That's terribly unimpressive, I'm sure, but if you're a good ukulele player, imagine what you could do with that. All in all, I really just want to say as many good things as possible about these strings. They're well worth it, and I really hope I've convinced you that they are excellent strings. They are basically, I mean, I'd thought about how I wanted strings like these back when I started playing the baritone. And I'd resigned myself to the fact that they would never come out, that they just were impossible to make or something. So I discovered that not only are they being made, but they work, and they're all I could have hoped for. It's just really, really cool. So, good call, Ken Middleton, and hope you'll go out and buy these and enjoy them as much as I have.